Good morning. What's up, everybody? And happy Sunday. This is Big Lou from Florida Roadways. I'm at the Chevron gas station. Actually, I just came from the Chevron gas station to get a drink. A Monster drink. And this is going to be about a 45-minute. Temperature outside is 82 degrees. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and share the broadcast, please. I appreciate it. You'd be doing me a very big favor. So, again, I'm on Southwest 117th Avenue in Kendall, Florida. So, and the weather for today is, it's slightly cloudy, so hopefully it'll be a beautiful beach day on a Sunday. And on today's video, we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of dating. And this is a problem that I had with this lady. I wasn't really upset, but it upsets some of the guys. Well, this is what happened. I'll talk about what happened to me first. I met this lady at a nightclub, and it used to be called Stefano's in Key Biscayne. On the first date, and she showed up. Of course, when she showed up, she showed up with two other people, you know, and it was a guy and a girl, which was okay. But then I ended up paying the bar tab for her and the other couple, you know, which was okay, you know, no big deal. It's not something that I do every weekend or something, but this is what kind of bothers me. All right, I was watching on YouTube, and this guy, he was celebrating his wife's birthday. So his wife brought maybe 4 or 5 of her lady friends, and he was expected to pay. So he didn't want to pay, which, you know, I don't really blame him, you know, because, you know, you're talking about, you know, $23 a head. That's $180, $200 right there, including the drinks, $300. I mean, they could have split the bill between the 5 other ladies, 4 or 5. And then there was another one where this other guy went on a date with this lady, and this lady ordered food to go for her kids, and it was for 3 of her kids. So she ordered like 3 burgers for the kids, you know, and the guy says, you know, and this is the first date. This is the, you know, the other date was a first date. This was a first date. And she says, wait a minute, you know, I'm not here to feed your kids. I'm here to, this is the first day I'm here to feed you. So, I think she could have asked him if he can order food to go or something like that, or if she can. But I mean, if he didn't want to order food for the kids, even though the kids were not there, that's up to him. So, you know, you ladies can't really get mad or expect too much from the guy. But I used to go out with this lady almost every other day or every 3 days out to eat. And she would also order food to go, which didn't bother me, you know, but I just didn't like going out to eat every other day or every 3 days, you know. Every weekend was cool. But the thing is, I don't like to go out to eat during the week that much. I'd rather just go out on the weekend. So, but I don't do that anymore, so. I went out for some pizza all the way in the Florida Keys, Key Largo to be exact. And when I sat down, this lady goes to me, and she was sitting with probably 3 other ladies. She goes to me, "Is that your dog in the Jeep?" And I said, "Oh no, I wish it was." And that was it. And then when I was about to leave, this waitress goes to me, "That lady over there, that same lady, paid for your bill." And I said, "You sure?" She said, "Oh yeah." So I looked over and I went over there and I thanked her, and you know, maybe she did like me or something, but that's the nicest thing a woman has ever done for me, even though I didn't know her. So. The weirdest date I ever went to was, well, this one was totally my fault, okay? And I blame it on myself. I went to meet this girl at Denny's, and to top it all off, oh my God, I forgot my wallet at home. She ended up paying for it, and we didn't see each other again. She probably didn't believe me. I don't blame her, I don't blame myself, but that's the whole truth, believe it or not. I was embarrassed. Now the other one, that was just the first date. This lady was horrible. The worst date I ever had was where this lady was, okay, she had some steak sauce on her knife, and instead of, you know, licking it and putting it in her mouth with her finger, she takes a knife and puts it in her mouth. I'm talking about a steak knife. What if she would have cut her mouth? All right. I mean, when I eat steak at home, yeah, I put, you know, my finger on the knife and I just lick it with my finger. Yeah, I know it's bad manners, yeah, but I do put, I do not, I repeat, I do not and would not put a steak knife in my mouth whatsoever. Not even a plastic knife. or butter knife. I think I have before, I don't remember. Maybe when I was a kid, but okay, right now I am in West Perrine. I don't usually drive this far during the week because there's traffic at around this time, and the time is 8:46 a.m., which is 8:46 in the morning. Oh, there's a classic Cadillac convertible. And right now I am in South Miami Heights. I mean, it's a beautiful, decent neighborhood. So I just looked up on apartments for rent, and they have a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom in Liberty City, Florida for $1,195 a month. It's less than $1,200. The neighborhood is so-so, you know. But now that you're hearing me say the word so-so, you're probably thinking, oh, he's probably saying that it's a bad neighborhood. Well, it probably is, you know, but don't take my word for it. And there was one in that same area, a 3-bedroom, 1-bath for $360,000, and it has around 950, 1,000 square feet, which is, it's pretty decent. It's got central AC. The house has been completely renovated, and it's got new appliances. It's got a beautiful kitchen, and they put one of those ceiling floodlights. So yeah, you can get a 1-bedroom for less than $2,000 a month. And this is a park that we have on the right-hand side. I've been here one time with a friend of mine that I used to go to high school with. turning on South Dixie Highway in Goulds, Florida. So if you want to buy a used car, there's a list of used cars that are good to buy and are reliable, which is the Dodge Challenger, the Jeep Cherokee, the Jeep Grand Cherokee. I heard the electric Chargers are not too good, but you know, they're coming out with a gas-powered Charger for the 2026 model year. Hopefully their reviews will be good. Hopefully it'll be reliable, because the previous Chargers and Challengers, they were very good cars, and they sold a lot of those cars. I heard that the Jeep Wagoneer has some problems, but overall, to me, it's a very good car. As well as the Ram pickups and Chrysler 300s, they were very good, but they discontinued them. Another used car that I see is the Infiniti, what was it, Q50, Q60, and they don't make those anymore, but they're very reliable. But I heard they're bringing back the Q50 for the 2027 model year, as well as the Q60, which is the two-door. And they're also bringing back the Honda Prelude for the 2026 model year, I believe. And I think it's electric. And there's a lot of good used cars. I mean, you know, like the Altimas, the Maximas, they don't make the Maximas anymore. They stopped making them in, I think, 2023. And you got the 370Z. Those have been discontinued in, I think, 2021. You got the Frontier. You can buy them in a 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder. Now the Tacoma, if you don't want a 4-cylinder Tacoma, I would stick to buying a used one, like let's say a 2023, because they discontinued the 6-cylinders in 2024, and you can only buy them in a 4-cylinder. And if you want to buy a 6-cylinder Camry, you can always buy a 2023 or less. 2020, the new Camrys don't have 6-cylinders anymore. And the same thing with the 4Runners. If you want to buy a 6-cylinder 4Runner, stick to buying a used one. Same thing with the Highlander and the Sienna. The Land Cruiser, they don't make 8-cylinder Land Cruisers anymore. They only make 4-cylinders. So, same with the Infiniti SUV vehicles. What's it called? The QX80 or something, the most expensive Infiniti. They dropped the 8-cylinder and they put a 6-cylinder in, which is pretty good. I wish they did the same with the Land Cruiser. So, they dropped the 6 and the 8-cylinders on Toyotas, on a lot of Toyota models. So they did the same with the Tundra. They dropped the 8-cylinder Tundra models, and they put the 6-cylinder ones in 2022. because I don't really care for a 4-cylinder pickup or a car. I prefer a 6 or an 8. My sister drives a Kia, and I know she's having problems with that car. That's only what she could afford at that time. But she could have bought, let's say, a Nissan Rogue, a 2024 Rogue, for the price of a 2025 Kia. So those cars okay, I just wouldn't buy one. You know, I don't mind renting one. I like the technology that they have. The same thing with the Hyundai and the Genesis G80. Now Sylvester Stallone, he has a Genesis G90, I believe, which is about $90,000, $100,000. He used to have a Volkswagen sedan, but it was one of those huge sedans years ago. I don't know. I can't remember what kind it was. You can buy a 2020 Alfa Romeo. The sedan, one of those sedan ones, for around $15,000 to $20,000. They used to be $50-something thousand brand new back in 2020. So they dropped down a lot in price. Those are Italian cars, and I'm sure they're pretty good cars. I like them myself. They only have a 4-cylinder. I don't think they have a 6-cylinder one. But they got a lot of features. Those cars have a lot of features, you know. I'm glad they brought back the Alfa Romeo and the Fiat and the Mini Coopers, because 10 years ago they weren't around, but they were around, let's say about maybe 35 years ago, 50 years ago. And they're selling a lot of them. They put a wrong way sign right there. Oh God, yeah, this is why I wouldn't drive on this road late at night, after midnight. So, but around this time, it's fine. You know, it's okay. I don't have to worry about a car driving on the wrong side of the road. Oh, yellow light. Oh, I almost ran a red light. Right now I'm in Naranja. Okay, right now I am in Homestead, and I'm still on South Dixie Highway. Well, we have a Toyota dealership. Yeah, Toyota has a lot of good cars, even though they dropped the 6-cylinder and the 8-cylinder ones. I remember they used to have an 8-cylinder 4Runner and a 6-cylinder and a 4-cylinder. I remember they used to have 8-cylinder Explorers, but that was an option. And now they have 4 and 6-cylinder Explorers. And the Mustangs, they have the 4 and the 8-cylinder, which is a good thing, because the 4-cylinder, you're saving a lot of money in gas, just like the 4-cylinder Camaro. So I remember they used to have 6-cylinder Camaros. I had a 6-cylinder Camaro. I had an 85 Camaro, which was my first car. And it wasn't fast or anything, but overall it drove pretty smooth, you know. It was one of those cars where the speedometer gauge goes up to 85 miles per hour, but that's how it was in a lot of models back in the 70s and 80s until I think it was until 91 the speedometer gauge went up to maybe 110. Like this car, the speedometer gauge goes up to 140. The fastest I ever went was about 85, almost 90 miles an hour, because I was in a hurry to go use the restroom. So yeah, I know, what an excuse, huh? So okay, so I got 13 more minutes before I end this stream. So I'm going to be driving all the way to Florida City. Florida? So I haven't been in this area in months. I'm surprised I got over 200 views in less than 24 hours, because I was thinking about doing a short video, less than 5 minutes, but I said, nah, let me do a long video to see how many views I get. So, because the previous one was about 15, 16 minutes with a little over 200 views in, was it 19 hours? Because if I do a 2 or 3 minute one, I'm gonna get less than 100 views. So plus I'm up to about 910 subscribers. Golden Bowl Jamaican food truck. Jamaican food. There's a dog crossing the street. Waffle House in Florida City, and a Texas Roadhouse right next to it. Oh my God, please, God, no. Don't make me use the bathroom. Oh, Jesus Christ. What happened? Okay, so the bus is disabled. I can't believe it. And that bus is almost brand new. It's probably, what, a year, 2, maybe 3 years old. Oh, they're dropping off a few people. Okay. I don't know. It looks, I see 3 people getting off the bus. Maybe more than 3 people. And we got a black GMC truck. Oh, that's a nice truck. Yeah, they got 4-cylinder, full-size GMC trucks, as well as Chevrolet Silverado. So what you call it? GMC Sierra. Yep. And this Tacoma on the left-hand side, that's a V6. Looks brand new. Alright, I'm on Southwest 344th Street in Florida City, Florida. So, yeah, Palm Drive. Oh wow, they turned this gas station up ahead on the right into a Circle K. It used to be, God, I can't remember. I think it was a Marathon or something. And this was 3 years ago when they were hiring.